Hey there everyone, hope to see you all at Evergreen Northwest happening May 12th to the 14th. And if you're wondering how you can attend this con yourself, check the link in the description below for more details. Somebody's out mowing the lawn. But anyways, we have Season 7, finally, of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, which is now taking the place of Movie Fridays, and yeah, yesterday I kind of lied about doing a, quote-unquote, reaction to the separate, usual, lesson of the week episodes for this, week. Anywho, we've got Celestial Advice and All Bottled Up. 2 regular episodes for the series to begin with, and not a 2-parter like the last years. So, it obviously takes place immediately after the finale of last season. And in this, well, Twilight is trying to think about where she's going to go next, or at least where Starlight will be at. But of course she's keeping that a totally utter secret from Starlight as well as some other people, but of course Discord knows about it because magic. So Spike and Celestia and her go to take a look at where she'll be, but she obviously gets a bit scared. Apologies for that. They obviously go to check on, what will be the best place for her to go. Obviously, there's different, pros and cons to it, but of course there's more or less Twilight being afraid of what will happen in her head for Starlight. But of course, in the long end, she stays in Ponyville to, of course, learn more lessons. Also, that was a quick drink for the fact that they used that cliche crowd gasp sound effect. I know this because I've heard it a couple of times on shows and trailers. Next, we move up to All Bottled Up. This is quite an interesting one, because last year, or something like that, I think it was high school, so many years ago, I actually kinda sorta learned about bottling up your anger. And what happens is that she obviously, quite literally bottles up this red cloud of anger and rage, which, obviously, in the process, to explain things, Trixie is obviously trying to learn magic from Starlight, and obviously what happens is that it backfires, is that somehow she winds up thinking about the table and winds up teleporting it to a mysterious location, which gets Starlight a bit angry, as quite literally, as I said before, bottles up her rage. Which is obviously not very healthy. I mean, if you learn that beforehand, you know it's gonna backfire. So, they obviously try to go to find this said thing, this table of friendship map. So, they go through town, Trixie gets more angry, as, of course, all that rage suddenly breaks out and falls under Free Ponies, as, of course, it's Starlight's rage, as they're expressed via, that big muscular pony, the jewelry owner, and Granny Smith. Why? Who knows? Then, what happens is that what am I thinking? Starlight, obviously, brings the rage out of them, and, of course, emits her anger to Trixie, as, of course, they finally get to find the table, which was located in the spa. And I know it's been a while since I've seen Season 6. It's, just because I don't watch the episodes more often. But what happens is, they find it in the spa where they first met. From No Something Prances. I forget what the episode's called, but it's the one where Twilight's trying to force Trixie, or trying to force Starlight on other friends instead of Trixie. So, like, literally Big Mac, Vinyl Scratch, otherwise what they call her in the show, DJ Pone-Free. And, obviously, you know, they get the table back, and, of course, they've learned the lesson not to bottle up your anger. So, you probably are wondering, what about the main six? They winded up going away for a little while to this challenge of test skills, just attributes of being a team. But, of course, they want to set a record or whatever, but because they sang, they failed. As, of course, they return, and, of course, Twilight is proud of what both Starlight and Trixie have learned. So, in the long end, these slice of life episodes were pretty good. Or at least for now. Then again, these videos are coming out the day of the review, so opinions will change from time to time. Just like how I used to like Suicide Squad, but then it turns out to be a Guardians of the Galaxy ripoff. So, yeah, these episodes are quite literally good, and I look forward to this season. Just as long as we don't get the return of Chrysalis in the finale, but no guarantees. Because I don't want to be spoiled. And quite literally, I gotta give my kudos to Discovery Family. They obviously have a brand new style of making what is going to happen next week. Obviously, next week we're going to have an episode with what looks like Twilight, and Flurry Heart, as it deals, I think, with rage, or of a baby being emotional, or quite possibly bribing her, which is not how babies work. But, yeah, of course, you have to find out next week what happens. Obviously, if you're not watching the episodes online. So, I will see you guys next week for whatever the next week episode is. So, ta-ra, everybody, and see you next week.